Oh shit. Oh my god. I'm back again. I'm not dead. He's not dead. He is former U of MMA champion Pius Inololobo, better known as Voodoo Maximus. I'm a guy who has a face for radio, as you can very well see. Non John Cena, you can't see me, but I'm according to Woods, like it says right here. And we are going to be reviewing the last, as we're taping this, last night's UFC Fight Night,
Right.
Derek Brunson versus
Right.
Darren Till. Not
Yep. Yep.
Noah Arnold Tillis versus Charles Bronson. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's a whole nother fucking thing. So, Voodoo Maximus, if you will be so kind, because I can't find the internet at all in my house, what we got first on the docket?
Yes. 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 UFC Vegas 36, I believe. The first matchup, 185-pound division, not so impressive for me. I didn't. It was between Mark Andre Barrialt and Docha Lungiambula. Remember
Yes,
that? Remember
Bula,
we had a
Bula
laugh about
Fiji,
that? Yeah.
Bula Fiji.
Bula was unanimously defeated, and that was that. He was swinging for the fences, trying to knock somebody out, and that was that. His opponent utilized hands and feet. He looked better. He moved better. He pressured the fight, and he won the match unanimously. So I saw nothing but what I saw. What do you think about that particular match?
Yeah, I was cut. Wait, Mr. Bula won, right?
No, Mark Andres
Okay,
won.
yeah. So I was hoping that Bula won because, of course, I'm fucking part Fijian. So Bula means hello. And
Hmm.
then his fucking flag reminded me of the Midnight Express, R.I.P. Bobby fucking Eaton, one of the
Bobby Eaton,
greatest to
beautiful
ever.
Bobby.
Beautiful fucking Bobby. If you want to tell me about fucking factions, here's my factions. Top three. Top three. We got Nick Bockwinkel,
Hmm.
Bobby Heenan, and Ray
Hmm.
Crippler Stevens back in the AWA
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
1970 some odd,
Yeah.
right? Then you got the Hart Foundation, the Latter day Hart Foundation. I'm talking
Hmm.
about Brett, Owen, Davey, Pillman,
Hmm.
Anvil,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And the last, but very not least, the Dangerous Alliance, which had Rick Rude,
Yes,
Bobby Eaton,
yes,
Paul Heyman,
yes, yes,
Arn
yes.
Anderson, and a young buck, not those young bucks, but a young buck full of blonde hair called Stunning Steve Austin,
Stunning
who would
Steve.
later become arguably the biggest star in the wrestling universe as Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's right. That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
was really hoping that Mr. Bula fucking put that shit down, but it was the Canadian.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yep, Don McGuire, we're going to get to that, brother. And I'm glad you're feeling
Yeah.
well. I saw you posting pictures of you eating pho. So get the fuck better because I'm coming for you. You coming for me. And we're going to do the full fucking thing, my brother. I love you.
Yeah.
Keep keep fucking fighting, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, so I I was pulling for Lumbula, but you know what? I told everyone because they didn't understand where Fiji was on a map.
Yeah.
I told everyone I was Canadian. So, go Canada, our home and spacious land. That's kind of sacrilege on Memorial Day weekend to say that. I know. I'm a fucking idiot. Love you too, bro. Just saying. Yeah. So, up next.
Well, in the very next matchup, we go to. Um, I believe Julian Erosa was a fella that was supposed to fight some other cat. Let me see if I can find who. Who he was supposed to fight.
It was
He was
Juicy
supposed.
J versus Jourdain, Air Jourdain.
That's what ended up happening, right? But this fight here was a short notice fight. I
Yes, it
believe
was.
Julian.
But it was
Yeah,
calculated.
Julian.
It was
Yeah,
calculated.
yeah. Jourdain was previously scheduled to fight Murphy, Lerwan Murphy, but Murphy had visa issues. So Julian Erosa hopped in there on 2 weeks' notice, came in there and spoiled the party. He was phenomenal with his striking. Dynamic movement was flawless. Charles Jourdain also great, but he seemed to be a step behind every time. I mean, he threw dynamic strike. It was a beautiful matchup. When it comes to the future that I have for this sport, striking wise, what they did yesterday between them, the two of them, Rosa and Jourdain, this is the future that I see for mixed martial art. Dynamic striking, being able to throw any kind of shot that you want in that given moment, and being able to manipulate your body in such a way that whatever the strike is, you're able to do it. This is the direction that I see the sport going. And fighters of that caliber are already here. When we have the champs like Israel Adesanya, he understands this dynamic striking that I'm talking about. So it is what it is. Erosa and Jourdain performed excellently. Erosa was the winner. In the third round, he was able to secure a Doris choke, which ended the match, and that was that. He looked good doing it. He looked good doing it. Even if it went to a decision, I was going to go for Erosa anyway. But I chose Jourdain to win this particular matchup. But Erosa wanted it more, it seems.
You know what's weird? Because Jourdain, I believe, is not too far in terms of age than Julian Erosa, but Julian Erosa has been on our screens via the Ultimate Fighter for almost the better part of the decade. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
weird that they're like the keyboard warriors. What up, bro? What up, fam? Happy birthday to Fred Kirby. Fucking Eddie Law, fucking kicking all types of shit. Kicking fucking business, kicking triathlons, kicking fucking keyboard warriors up in this bitch. Rep the
Yes.
fucking Warriors. The reason why
Yeah.
I knew about StreamYard is those bad motherfuckers there, man. And they were so free flowing of information. So good to see you back. You back.
Yes.
You back.
Yes.
I'm back. We all back. I got a fucking pain in my back, goddamn, but shit, man. So yeah, Juicy J, Julian Erosa, and Charles Air Jourdain. I was
Jourdain.
loving this just because of the fucking name value.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Jourdain or Air Jourdain and Juicy
Juicy
J,
J.
man. So hell yes. Appreciate you, brother. Love you. Love Fred Kirby. Love your family. You guys kick ass. And we will have a great show and we will be off before AEW, I assure you. So,
Yeah.
third match on the card. What we got?
Oh man, in his third match, we go down to the 135-pound division. The undefeated Jack Shore made his triumphant return, and he goes in there against Ludwig Sholinian. Ludwig Sholinian. He reminds me of someone that I previously saw in the Ultimate Fighter. I'm not. His
Well, you
face is
did.
familiar. I just see him
You
there.
did.
Huh?
You were
Mm-hmm.
there at Lights Out 4, Alexa 4, I believe, at the Burbank Marriott and
Oh
Convention Center.
yeah, that's why I remember his face.
Yes, we were
Before
there.
Horoguchi. That's
We were there.
right.
We were there talking about working together somehow, some way.
That's right. That's
And it took
right.
us a couple fucking years, but we got here because your
That's
boy
right.
Woods is fucking slow. But I ain't riding the short bus. Maybe. Yeah.
So I was like, this guy, his face is familiar. But anyways, he goes in there against Jack Shore,
Hell,
and Jack
did you
Shore.
see his corner?
I'm sorry.
Did you see his corner? One of his
I did.
corner was, I think he's one of LA's greatest prospects in one Arut Aratunian. Armenian Pride.
Okay. Who does he fight for?
He's fought for. I hate to mention the name, but he's fought for Fighters Rep. I
Okay.
think he fought for Lights Out. Like
Okay.
you gotta tapology him or whatever. But
Okay.
he is a truth, and I know he's in between a lot of different fucking things. But also, he is as smart as a fucking, I don't know, Mensa student. He's sharp as a tack. He's so
That's what's
smart.
up.
Like those Armenian guys and girls, they're fucking beautiful. They're fucking tough. Over the shit that they've been through.
Right.
And all
Right.
that shit, and it shows. And I believe Ludwig is part Armenian, but he grew up in Ukraine, but he's living here
Okay.
in LA.
Okay. Yeah.
So, man,
He.
they ain't ones to mess with. But it wasn't Ludwig's fucking night, man,
Yeah.
because Jack Shore just kept on rolling.
Yeah. He's born in the Ukraine, but
I
he's
didn't
here.
say
He's
all
here
that.
doing this thing now. But he had a good fight against Jack Shore. Jack Shore is an undefeated fighter. He seems to be a prodigy of some sort. He finds a way to win. He seems to have a key for every lock that he faces, and he had the keys to Ludwig on this particular night. He performed excellently. Ludwig showed that he is here to stay. He might have lost to Jack Shore, but a win is close in his future. He's got good skills as well, and the future is bright for the young man.
Yeah, man. And Shore's from Wales, so he's in a long line like Bonnie Tyler
Hmm
and fucking Tom Jones. He's
hmm
like bright eyes, but also he's not unusual.
No, not at all. Not at
So
all. Speaking of not unusual, Molly McCain in the next matchup came through and rep for the crown. She was doing her thing for the crown. She went in there against Ji Young Kim. Ji Young Kim, for some reason, decided to box it out with the Brit, and they went at it. They went at it, and what a match it was. I enjoyed every bit of it. Molly was, even though she was giving away reach advantage, she walked her down and put good tips on her real good. The hands were flying off the shelves. Uh, Ji Young was on fighting on her heels the entire match. When you're on your heels like that, it takes a lot of skill to be able to generate enough power to fight offensively while moving backwards. It's a skill that must be mastered. People don't think about training moving backwards. It's like running uphill backwards.
yeah,
The fatigue factor kicks in a lot sooner. You know what I'm saying?
no, no, 1,000%, and it's crazy, right? Because I thought the Korean was going to win this because
Hmm
Molly McCann has been kind of like up and down with her record and her experience and shit. And I know she has a kind of a good record,
Right.
but her last outings have been kind of shoddy,
Right.
right? And
Right.
I was picking, the South Korean, and unbeknownst to me, when I woke up Saturday morning, even
Right.
before the UFC fights, because the UFC fights were early, there was
Right.
one championship, and they had a strawweight title fight and a whole tournament eliminator, which
hmm
saw none other than fellow South Korean and fellow former UFC competitor So Hee Ham
hmm
get in there and fucking knock heads, right?
Yes.
Literally, it was a headbutt and
Yeah.
everything like that. Well,
Yeah.
again, wouldn't you know who won the fucking pony? So Hee Ham won, right? But then the shit is under review. I think Chatri Sityatong said that shit is under review. Somebody in the one championship office. So
Mm.
it is what it is. So it looks like if this fucking litigation holds true, the South Koreans are 0 for 2.
Oh man. Hey.
And Don
Hey.
McGuire says, I like 1FC. Same here, bro.
Yeah. One FC. One FC is the shiznit. Love one FC. I love the fact that they bring varieties to the table. You got kickboxing with MMA gloves on. You got MMA. You got all the good stuff. Kickboxing. ONE FC. They're doing all the right. They're making all the right moves.
Everywhere is kicking. If you're a fan of something, like if you're a fan of comic books, there's something for you. If you're a fan of music, there's something for you. If you're a fan of movies, baseball, football, whatever the fuck, it's here for you. We got AEW, we got WWE, we got Bellator. PFL has the best fight kits in the game. The best fight kits. One championship probably has the best fan merchandise in the game. I've looked. I try to buy some shit, but the shipping is fucking insane. The shipping and handling is fucking insane. So I buy something else. It's probably from the fucking same country, right? But and the production value, if you got ESPN Plus, like if you got ESPN Plus to watch all these UFC fights, check out PFL. Check out the fucking 30-minute exposés that they got on their fucking fighters. Like, it's unreal. So if you're a fan of something, this is the best time, you know? And John McGuire says, I died when CM Punk retired before AEW. That's why we're getting the fuck off before the top of the hour, because CM Punk is wrestling Darby Allin for the first time in 7 years. And guess what I found out?
What'd you find out?
He's still doing commentary with John Morgan for CFFC on UFC Fight Pass.
That's what's up.
It was announced when I was watching LFA. I believe it was Friday night. They were running down the shows, and they were like CFFC featuring CM Punk on commentary. I'm all like, because that was my question. Because him and John Morgan, y'all sleep on him. Of course, Rogan's great. Of course, Michael Chovello in one is great. Of course, Jan Anik is great. Of course, DC is great. Of course, Bisping is great. Of course, Megan O'Leary is great. Karen Bryan is great. Lawrence Sanko is great. Joban is great. Even though his face is whatever, but remember thy name, Bilal Muhammad. He's becoming something too. Like fucking Yves Edwards is a master. Thug Jitsu all day. Fucking Din Thomas is fucking killing it. Dana White, Din Thomas, and Matt Serra on fucking Looking for a Fight. That's some of the funniest shit I have ever seen. That's how our dude fucking Albert Morales got fucking discovered and got signed to the UFC.
That's right.
Don't forget. Oh, Don McGuire has an answer. He says, I died when CM Punk retired before AEW, but he says from the UFC. You know? And I was pissed when they used Matt Hughes for commentary. I hope that was before the train crash, because if it was after, shame on you, whoever the fuck you are.
Hey, what was that about with the retiring from the UFC right before the AEW? I did notice that, but I never paid attention to it.
You meant 0-2, but the last one got overturned, so he's literally 1-1, or like he's got one loss and one draw
and no contest or something like that.
Yeah, draw or no contest or something. Right. Some John Jones, Matt Hamill shit.
But what's the deal with retiring officially? Like,
I don't think he officially retired, because check it. So he debuted for AEW in Chicago, his hometown, right? So the next week they were in Milwaukee. You know what's in Milwaukee, right?
What?
Rufus Sport.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So he fucking did a promo and everything like that. And, he was, making his rounds around the ring.
Right.
And then you could see it. He goes, oh, shit. And there was Duke and the whole fucking Rufus Sport crew right there.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's still training, but I know he's a legit either blue or purple belt
Okay.
under Rufus Sport.
Okay. Well,
So
just don't go back to the UFC. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no, that's what
'Cause
Don McGuire says. He officially retired from the UFC, and rightfully so. But he made an ass load of cash, just like made an ass load of cash in
but
WWE, and he's probably making an ass load of cash in AEW because he bought the whole fucking United Center ice cream bars out of his own
that's what's
fucking
up.
pocket.
True, true, true,
Thirty
true.
thousand people,
Right, right.
and he bought
That's
ice
true.
cream bars for all of them.
That's true. That's true. He did do so. He did do so. But either way, I do not see him fighting mixed martial art ever again. You know what I mean? There's levels to this. There's levels to this. He is a
He's good
good,
on
great
the mic.
performer. He is a
You
great
keep him on the
performer.
mic, and you keep
Keep
him
him
in
on
the
the mic.
ring.
That's
You
right.
keep him. You keep him in CFFC forever.
That's right. That's cool. That's
He
cool.
can be in
AEW,
AEW forever,
CFFC.
and not even fucking wrestle.
Yeah, that's
AEW's
fine.
gotten some of the biggest ratings,
Right,
and I think only one time he's been touched physically
right, right,
by Team 2.0, who is
right.
who is two badasses that the fucking WWE featured endeavor, and they and as a fucking glitch, they didn't have a 90-day no compete clause, so they got fired on Friday, showed up on AEW on Wednesday, and the rest they
Hey,
say is history. And here they are
yep.
with fucking CM Punk.
Momentum, momentum. They beat the system, kept their momentum.
Speaking of momentum, let's fucking
Yes,
plow through this card.
speaking of momentum, Paddy Pimblett made his UFC debut going up against Luigi Vendramini, the Italian stallion, Vendramini. Vendramini seemed able. Paddy Pimblett excited, reckless, because he got clipped, and it was made clear to him by his fellow Englishman, the fellow that interviewed him, the guy with the one eye, Bisbin. Bisbin let him know, hey, got clipped, bruh. You know, like, well, what's going on with that? But I like his response. Paddy's response was excellent. He let him know that, you know, people that come from where he comes from don't get knocked out. So it is what it is. He snatched his momentum right back. This is mic control, folks. He played ping pong with Michael Bisping right then and there, and he took charge right back again. This
Mm-hmm.
study that interview. If you are a fighter, study that interview. Play it back. Play it back, because an average Joe could have been easily destroyed in that moment. In that moment. You know what I mean? And he showed something. He showed the flexibility in his mind to not be so hard, flexible like bamboo. So that question bounced right off of him. He was able to rebound immediately and he kept his momentum. I see this in kung fu movies where you would hit the guy and he'll go like that, and then he'll pass the energy right back. That's exactly what he did. He took that negative and he passed it right back to Michael Bisping, shutting him up real quick and going right back to work, promoting himself and doing all that stuff that you're supposed to do when you have the mic. He almost got knocked out, but yet cashed in Money in the Bank by winning when he said he was gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, he's got potential. Off the bat, he showed you how tough he was, because he took that shot, pulled guard immediately, shut down all attacks from his opponent, and then when he saw the opportunity, he took it right back to the feet. And several hooks later, the fight was stopped by the referee. Paddy Pimblett, he went out and did his thing.
Yep. Don McGuire says Patty has what it takes. He has charisma. That I will not contest you or debate you one iota. Don McGuire, you're a great man, and I know this. But also, Patty, whether he knows it or not, reminds me of some other great men with charisma. And I tried to post it earlier, but the late great Rowdy Piper, the late great Rocket Owen Hart, Blackheart Owen Hart, one half of New Foundation, new half of High Energy with Coco Beware, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, former WCW one-time fucking Saturday Night Super WCW Super, like that's
multiple
Pat.
Slammy Award winner.
Multiple. I named my fucking kid after Owen Hart. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. So here's the deal, and Don McGuire saw it. Yeah, 100%. No, that's it, and on that wrestling tip, and I'm going to say even the other great Irish fighters. I'm talking about James Gallagher and, yes, Conor McGregor.
Yep.
Best believe,
Yep.
And then Don McGuire, because I answered one of the questions first or whatever, but he's asking Woods what wrestler passed away when the boxer passed away. And again, that unfortunate instance, I don't know where it happened, where the 18-year-old female boxer lost her life. And everybody has kind of blood on their hands. The coach for not stopping it, the corner for not stopping it, the ref for not stopping it, the commission for not stopping it. But also she might have not been able, she might have taken some blows in practice, and her brain got it detached from the stem. We never know. We never know. But the wrestler in question that you're talking about is the late, great Shannon Sproul, better known to wrestling audiences as Daphne from WCW. And I fucking can't remember what they called her. I think she was also Daphne in Impact, where I feel she did her best work. She did some great work in WCW, but she was little more than a valet. And they just kind of plucked her from obscurity. But if you want to see some great Daphne Unger matches, check out her shit in TNA, in Impact Wrestling. And she has her top hat, her entrance is whatever. She was wrestling fabulously. She was in incredible shape. Same thing with like Shimmer and Shine. A lot of these female independent wrestling promotions, she was just all over the fucking place. So rest in peace, Shannon Sproul, Daphne Unger, whatever you know her as. But also, we had some, going back to the boxer and that's in the ring. Well, I can't not talk about the late, great El Hijo de Puerto Gallo, who fucking died in a ring in TJ wrestling Rey Mysterio. Y'all think this shit is fake. It ain't fake. Or the late, great Silver King, who was Ramez in fucking Nacho Libre, WCW Cruiserweight great. And he was a part of the Villano family.
Yeah.
A family full of wrestlers, and he fucking died in a ring in a Lucha Libre exhibition in London. So this combat sport shit, it ain't nothing to play with. That's why I don't personally compete. Now I'm probably going to compete in jiu-jitsu soon once I get better, and I want a North American Grappling Association title so I can be like my heroes like Bret Hart and Owen Hart and all of the fucking wrestlers that I watched. But I'm a white belt. I got to get to purple to get there. And time is ticking because I'm 36 years old. But this shit ain't nothing to play with. That's why when Voodoo came and he went, it was perfect. That's why he's teaching now. Teaching in many forms. In his everyday occupation, teaching his kids, the leader to his wife, and his wife is the leader to him, and teaching all the kids in the valley that come through the doors of his dojo. So just make sure everybody wants to fight forever, and nobody wants to look like a fucking bitch and get the towel thrown in. But if it's life or death, please, motherfuckers, I love you. Choose life. Choose life.
Exercise caution. Well said. according to Woods. I mean, I can't say any better than you just dropped it. I agree with you 100%. Safety first, man. I one who has truly mastered himself will have no problem understanding what you just said. You know, this isn't about ego. If you dwell in ego, then your chances of deeply understanding this will not be clear. You know, that requires a man to be self-actualized to understand this. So
Yep.
throwing in the towel is not a bad thing. Tapping is not a bad thing. Tap if you have to. I mean, I see no sense in breaking your limbs.
Like fucking Barry Horowitz from WWF in the
90s. I remember that guy. He was awesome.
Hell yes.
With a mullet. He had that black mullet.
Yes. And I think he fucking fought Shawn Michaels for the WWF title. Yeah. As did fucking Brooklyn Brawler in Madison Square Garden. What the fuck is that, bro?
Hey, that's the peak of entertainment right there, Madison Square Garden. Even for mixed martial artists, these mixed martial artists, they all are eager to be on the Garden because Muhammad Ali fought out of there. All these great fighters fought out of there.
Of course, but also Muhammad Ali fought at Grand Olympic Auditorium, which is now a Korean church across from the Staples Center. Okay, right? Mm-hmm. Never forget, Zeppelin performed at the Forum. I graduated from the fucking Forum.
Yeah.
We had some great shit happen over there too. Yeah. Every arena, everywhere in the world, Luma Peace Stadium in fucking Thailand, fucking Tokyo Dome in Japan, fucking that weird ass fucking North Korean fucking stadium where they had the fucking collision in Korea and WCW with Eric Bischoff and Muhammad Ali and Ric Flair and Antonio Inoki, and nobody knew what the fuck was going on because they're fucking zombies. Like everywhere. The fucking the field that your kids play on is ordained by greatness. My nephew plays in Snoop Dogg's league in Inglewood, and it's ordained by both football greatness and football. Soccer to us stupid ass Americans. That's ordained by greatness.
Shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo on this contract.
Man. And David Beckham, his fucking pretty ass. And Kobe Jones. And Landon Donovan.
Right.
And Lexi Lalas.
Yeah.
And fucking Pele. Fucking wrestling moves. Moves. Pele kick.
Yeah.
We know. Yeah. And it happens in MMA too. The Pele kick. It's synonymous. Mm-hmm. You know? And Don McGuire says, Voodoo, Patty's free flow is almost where it needs to be. What you got to say about that?
Almost. He needs to learn caution. If he has McGregor's caution, he will be indestructible. Because I see the potential. His ground game is the foundation of his confidence. His ground game. Yeah. You better believe it. He's got the gift of jab to acquire all the riches he wants in this game. Mm-hmm. Yes. I see him making millions rather quickly. Just because of the mic skills.
Yes. And here's some crazy shit right here. Don McGuire said, Ken Shamrock said, you can't say you've wrestled unless you've been to the dungeon. Well, guess what? He ain't the only UFC Hall of Famer that said that. Mm-hmm. Fucking Dan the Beast Severed. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how I have his fucking personal number. Mm-hmm. But I try to add him on Facebook to one of the pages. He was at max, as he should be, 5,000. Then he gets on another page, adds me, and then shoots me his number. He says, call me right away. And he talked about how he was scared of the late, great Stu Hart.
Stu Hart.
He was scared.
Oh,
and Brett was there, and Owen was there, obviously, because they were setting up for the dungeon match with him and Shamrock? Because remember, Seven was the referee.
Yeah.
And then Seven later fought Owen in that fucking hybrid UFC Shark Tank cage later.
Right.
At the last end of the fucking Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Theater. So, like, that motherfucker knows who he's talking about. And guess what? Check out him and Don the Predator Fry's podcast.
Yeah, Don Fry.
While you're checking out podcasts, I might have one. I might have one with Voodoo. I might have one of my own. Fucking Don McGuire might be getting on in a few minutes on his fucking podcast. So you need to fucking check that out and shit that. And
like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, and Dan says, won't talk about the dungeon. Dan talked about it with me. And again, it's not on a fucking podcast. That's just two of us talking. I don't even know if I should have said what I said. 9 p.m. Central. There you go. That's
right.
7 o'clock. So hopefully AEW will be over so I can fucking check that shit out. But I'm going to share it, whatever the fuck, man. So what we got next, Voodoo?
Well, coming up next opens up the main card, right? The moment you all have been waiting for. Actually, Paddy opened up the main card. Paddy Pimblett, right? And then on his return back to the cage at 205, Khalil Roundtree goes in there against Modesta Bukauskas. Off the jump, he didn't punch or strike with confidence. He was throwing every shot, and every shots were landing. But Roundtree could take those shots and feel that there was no soul behind it. There was no true intent behind it. He just walked right through them. He threw caution to the wind and he attacked his opponent. It was almost like a lion to a gazelle. He saw that he had the wind in his hands and he reached out for it. He reached for it and he annihilated his opponent. He finished him off with a side kick of some sort. It was those stomping kicks that John Jones is famous for? Oblique kick, they call it. Why do they call it the oblique kick? Isn't the oblique part of your torso? Is the oblique on the knee?
I don't know.
Why do they call it the oblique kick? I do not know that.
I have no fucking idea.
That question for us?
Here's what I will say. Where were y'all? Because I heard a lot of chatter on fucking MMA Twitter about Khalil using an illegal ass move, right?
That was not illegal.
Well, here, check it. Okay. I checked on the Facebook. I checked on the Instagram. I checked on the fucking TikToks. I was all of it. I was on all of it. And they were saying that. Well, where the fuck were you when Weidman did that to Anderson? That fucking fucked up ass check kick. And he fucking sold his cards that he was training fucking leg kicks. Where the fuck was you then? Where the fuck was you? Wait. Where the fuck was you when the exact same fucking kick that Khalil did, that fucking Romero did to fucking Whitaker, and Whitaker did back to him,
right?
And Izzy did to fucking Whitaker,
right?
And then that fucking fucked up ass break leg kick happened to Connor,
right?
And then it fucking happened to Weidman over fucking what's his name? You know, the fucking dude that head kicks you to death. You know what? Uriah Hall.
Yeah.
Where was you talking? What were all y'all talking about? But now you want to get on fucking Khalil Roundtree? And even
Khalil did what he was supposed to.
And that fucking kick was a mercy kill. Because I guarantee you, if that motherfucker, and he is an Italian stallion, just like his name cements him, right? He is a true Italian stout, dude. Luigi Ventromini, right? But his head would have been. We would have saw a fucking murder on international TV if Khalil had fucking hit him again. You would have fucking cursed Dana White, the UFC, ESPN, because you would have witnessed a fucking murder, a fucking beheading on international TV. And you don't want
to be that too.
You guys
it was on its way to that.
You think you want to go to war with that? You don't. It's something completely different than what you're used to, than what you're comfortable with.
And that honest truth right there is what people are having a problem accepting. It was a mercy kill. You was like, instead of ending your life, I'll just snap your knee. Medicine is good these days. They'll put you back together in no time. Learn from this. Reflect. Is this really what you want to do? Because this is a legal technique. If it was illegal, he would have lost the match. It's not illegal. It's a legal technique. You don't have to like the technique. If you don't like it, don't use it. But do not stop another man from using the technique that he is good at. It's like telling Conor, "Hey man, you're the best at the left cross." That. Don't use it. No, what do you mean don't use it? Tell Barboza not to use that spinning whip kick that he whips people's brains out of their ear. Tell him not to use that. Huh? This is a legal technique. It is not illegal. He just happened to be the best executor of this technique that we've ever seen. And it was quite shocking for you guys. Couldn't take it. You couldn't take that? It's a legal technique. Get off my man's back. Khalil Roundtree, shout out. Well executed. The boy knew what he signed up for when he got in there with you, man. He knew what he signed up for. Don't feel bad now. Fighting.
No.
It's kind of like how Joe Rogan talks about how people see the bears, the brown bears. Oh, they're so cute because you've been watching Yogi Bear. Saying, don't confuse it. You come across a brown bear, talk to your father up ahead, up in the sky. Tell him to spare you. Because if that bear chooses, it will chew you up while you're still alive. It's a fact. Don't sleep on bears. Do not sleep on brown bears.
That's it. So what else we got?
So we move on. In the next matchup at the welterweight division, Alex Morono made his way back against David Zawada. David Zawada is the German fella. He fought well. He was valiant in his efforts. But Alex Morono's boxing was just way too much. And he pieced him up the entire time. Walked him down. He kept him on his heels. He brought him to a space where only high-level fighters can exist in that space, and he kept it there the entire time. I mean, David was able to visit that space, but he wasn't comfortable, which is why he lost by unanimous decision.
Yo, so check it. I actually picked the German Sagat Zawada to win because I like the underdog, right? Here we are on Memorial Day or Memorial Day weekend. I was like, be funny if the Germans got that fucking win back from World War II, right? But history don't lie. It's his story, right? And the story that was told was one of American glory, with the great white Alex Morono trouncing the German in ways that the German was never comfortable with. Who can be comfortable with that? Who signs up for that? I don't fucking know. Maybe I know a lot of motherfuckers, this guy included, who sign up for this shit. I don't. I'm weak. COVID kicked my ass. So it was I mean, literally, it was a fucking, paintbrush fucking paint by numbers recreation. These motherfuckers reenact the Civil War. Why the fuck do you want to do that? The North and the South. But this is a perfect recreation of World War II over Memorial Day weekend.
That's right.
And maybe it was in homage of the 18-year-old girl that died earlier in the week. Maybe it was homage to the 13 vets that lost their lives in the suicide attack in Afghanistan. One from Norco, not too far away from us. Only 20 fucking years old. So these are the sacrifices, folks. I can't sugarcoat it.
That's right.
It's something that my dad went through. Untold horrors that he saw and experienced. People without heads, bodies without limbs. That's it. Ifa, this is my cousin. This is my brother. What's up with my brother? Well, COVID didn't kill me, and we're talking about some UFC fights with this badass right here and his educated ass, Pius Inolobo, better known as Voodoo Maximus.
Nice
so
to
what
meet
else
you,
you got?
Oh, well, which brings us to, like you would say, co-main event of the evening. Tom Aspinall going in there against Sergey Spivak. Let me tell you what I saw in this particular matchup. They threw in Spivak real quick to get mopped up, so your boy Aspinall can really showcase his skills, because that's what he did, man. He went in there, showcased his movement, his speed. The man moves like a middleweight, and he's heavyweight. This is the future that we've been talking about. The future of striking. Aspinall is the future of striking. I love Francis Ngannou, but he's gonna have a hard time with that French fella. He's gonna have a hard time with him. Serial gone.
For me, I saw Aspinall. Actually, the first time I saw Aspinall, I didn't even. Aspinall fought in the UFC before Gane was even a thing. But then when I saw Gane, I was like, this could be a thing. This could be a thing. So the first thing, when Aspinall did his thing, the first thing that I wanted to see was him and Gane. That's the first thing I wanted to see. I want to see how that shit plays out, man. I'm MMA mathing it in my head all fucking day, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hey, Aspinall versus Gane, unless it goes to the ground, would not be appealing to the general public. Because think about the power they wield in their hands. Any heavyweight at any point could become world champion, because they carry that much power, right? These two fighting at such a high level, it'll be so much defense in that game that a serious blow will not be landed. I don't believe will be landed unless it goes to the ground and then you get some groundwork and then ground and pound. But on their feet, they both have great movement. Though we haven't seen Aspinall fight in a 5-round match, we know Serial Gane can. He might be able to beat him that way by outlasting him. But skill wise, I say they're very, very even in regards to their skills. In regards to their striking, they're very even. Aspinall's speed is significant. It's significant. The way he moves that mass, he's a big dude, but he moves on his toes like that, on the balls of his feet.
Yeah, but that's what...
It's a skill that must be learned.
But that's what makes it interesting to me, you know? But then again, I kind of want everyone to fight everyone, right? Because we went through that bullshit with Dana White right?
Right.
He's fucking plugging Francis, led Francis into fucking Stipe at his peak, and
Yep.
Francis never recovered, and then just finally fucking recovers and beats Stipe all those years
Right.
later,
Right.
and then
Right.
he's not being recognized as the fucking world champion that he is.
Right.
And
Right.
they do a fucking interim title fight in Houston,
Right.
and that becomes a debacle because fucking Derek Lewis, again, arguably one of the biggest draws in the UFC since Balls
Right.
was hot,
Right.
right?
Right.
He loses in his hometown. You fucking killed Houston, Dana White.
Right.
This is killing territories, to use a wrestling euphemism. You killed Houston for the UFC. You killed Derek Lewis right in front of those Houstonians, those
Hey,
Texans.
but hey, it was his fight to lose, though, man. You know, it
I didn't
was
like
his
it.
fight to. If he would have won, imagine they gambled. They gambled. They gambled on that right hand,
Okay,
and they crapped
okay.
out.
Here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Two uneducated eyes and people.
Mm-hmm.
What's Ngannou?
A knockout artist.
Dark fella, right?
Right. Oh yes. That of course.
African gentleman, you could say.
Right.
What's Derek Lewis?
An American dark fella.
American African gentleman, right?
Right.
What's Gone?
Um.
French African gentleman.
Yes. Exactly. Right.
And you guys are gonna just sit and watch that them let us beat each other? Okay.
Right.
To the highest bidder. Belts don't even matter. Hometowns don't even matter. Cameroon don't even matter.
Nah.
Houston don't matter. France don't matter.
Nah.
I ain't telling you anything you don't already know. Going back to Pryor. Did I tell you the Pryor bit?
Nah, tell me.
Okay. So on Showtime, they have a 5-part mini documentary. It's 5 1-hour long episodic documentary on the Comedy Store in Hollywood.
Is this the Showtime you said?
The Showtime one.
Okay.
And I think the first one, it talks about like the start, and then it ends with Freddie Prinze Sr., blowing himself away, right?
Right.
But you know how they ended episode 2, and I hate to spoil it to you. You guys fucking watch it. Please watch it. You got spare time. But Howie Mandel is talking to the producer of the documentary.
Right.
And he says, Richard Pryor came in one night, and he just screams. Just screams. Right?
Right.
And everybody's like, what the fuck? What's going on? Whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
And he's playing God. He's acting like God. Right?
Right.
And he's like, where's my son? Jesus. What? You did what? You did what? To my only son? You did what? Okay. Then they go, well, where's John Kennedy, JFK? Where's he? What? You did what? That was one of the apostles I personally sent. You did. Oh no, I can't. I fucking can't. What about MLK, Martin Luther King? You did what? You did what? You did what? Fuck it. You guys are on your own.
Oh man.
And he walks off stage.
That's killer. That's killing it right there. That's killing it.
So after that fucking debacle, and Aoife says, "You too strong, my brother." Nah, brother, you strong. Your wife,
Yeah.
Tassie, strong. Your kids, strong. Your
Yeah.
Auntie Bruna, my mom, strong. Me, I don't know. The verdict is still out. The jury's still out on that one. But
So,
wait, we are at the main event of the evening.
yes.
Take it
Derek
over.
Brunson. Derek Brunson versus Darren Till. Derek versus Darren. What do these guys bring to the table? Let's start with Darren Till. He's a very, very good English boxer. He like Wood said the other day on Thursday, he went over to Brazil and he learned some good stuff there too. He even speaks the language, speaks Portuguese. So what he's bringing to the table is some beautiful kickboxing. Okay. So on the other end, we have Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson can punch. Not a technician of boxing. Not a kickboxing technician. Excellent wrestler. If he gets a hold of you, he's going to beat the hell out of you until you submit. He is Bam Bam. Remember Flintstone? Bam Bam. He is that guy. He lacks skill. So, but he is 23-7. And he's been in the UFC for how long? A very long time. He is an experienced fella. He is a former title challenger. Did he challenge for a title? Well, he has been in there against the current reigning defending champion. Right? Now he has worked his way back, full circle. And he's knocking on doors. And he's calling out the champion now. He seeks what seems to be his. And I guess we will see if he gets his opportunity. He went in there and he dismantled Darren Till. That's what he did. He took him to the ground, dominated him, and eventually he finished him. What did you see?
Well, I mentioned all that shit about Darren Till leaving home for Brazil.
Right, right.
But all it looked like, he ain't got no fucking jiu-jitsu. He might have partied with some nice, fine Brazilian Fraulein.
In the favela.
Right? You might have got him some of that Kevin Federline Popo's out.
Ooh.
You might have gotten him a whole fuckload of acai and some Brazilian barbecue where they put the little fucking dyes to tell you red, yellow, green.
Ooh.
But he didn't have a whole lot of fucking jiu-jitsu to thwart the fucking wrestling prowess of one Derek Brunson. His ground game was not fucking existed. That shit was like John Cena. I couldn't see him. Well, one of my friends, Marissa Sotelo, from Inglewood, living in La Escovina, like her ass, it was non-existent. And I was on fucking Instagram Live Friday night for 3 fucking hours. Man, I'm so glad that I got all my social medias, my podcast page, because the shit I said for 4 hours on Instagram Live, I fully expected to Saturday morning wake up and all that shit was gone. And I would be in social media jail, and it didn't happen. So I say all that to say, Derek Brunson, I don't think I could ever pick against you again. I think, wasn't he an interim champion?
I don't think he's made that kind of status yet. But
I don't even.
He's been in there with some assassins.
Wait, didn't you fucking dye his hair like Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, he dyed it blonde for
you know what? You know who I fucking always confuse Brunson with?
Who?
OSP.
Oh yeah. Didn't he die there at one point too?
One of them did for sure,
Yeah.
and one fought for the title, and then one was the interim title
Right.
holder.
Well, I don't think Brunson ever held an interim title.
So then it was OSP. Then it was OSP.
OSP? I don't think OSP held the title either.
I don't know.
I know
anyway,
he fought John Jones for it.
Anyway, it's irrelevant.
Right.
Brunson. It might have not been the most entertaining fight, but if you hated fucking Darren Till, it was a fight of your fucking life.
It was satisfying.
And I get a lot of my memes, a lot of the dumb shit that I post, I rip them right from fucking Darren Till's page. And the Black Beast. And Jesse Velasquez. And Don McGuire. And your fucking page. I get it from anywhere. It's like fucking manna from heaven. It just falls and comes and sits in my lap.
Right?
Like a kid on fucking Christmas to Santa. Not that. Don't think dirty. Don't think dirty. No fucking Epstein Santa Claus here. So,
man. Just so people understand the experience this man has, he's been in there with Kendall Grove.
Yes.
Souza, Jacare, Yoel Romero, Lorenz Larkin, Sam Alvey, Uriah Hall, Robert Whitaker, Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida.
Oh my God!
The current champ.
Wait, you said Sam Alvey?
Yeah.
Sam Alvey got fucking robbed. That motherfucker dug all in his fucking eyes. Now, how the fuck
they took the point. They took the point away.
How the fuck are you gonna lose 2 points and still win? And everybody
must have been dominated so bad, is what they're trying to say.
I love my homeboy, fucking Alan Brahma Joban. You know, his wife and his kids, the KG Fresh, fucking Julio Trana and the whole Saxon team. Love y'all. This means no disrespect. But fucking Joban got up on here saying that fucking Sam Alvey didn't have a fucking snowball's chance in hell of winning. His eyes were fucking impaired. Joban, we've seen you in fights, bro, that you clearly lost. And you were looking over at the referee going, what the fuck? Arguing. I love you. You're a talented commentator. You're a talented model. You're a talent real estate mogul, burgeoning real estate mogul. That's why you moved from fucking Van Nuys to fucking Louisiana. You're native. But don't get at me with that bullshit. And Bilal Muhammad, same. And Karen Bryant took a little bit of that shit too. And I respect all y'all. You three are three of the greatest to ever do it. At times, I kind of envy you, but I kind of don't, because I don't want any fucking producer in my ear telling me what I can and can't say. So, yeah, Sam Alvey got robbed. But Darren Till didn't get robbed.
No.
Darren Till.
He got mugged.
He got mugged. He got mugged. And I don't even like to use that euphemism with darkies and lighties. But what can you say? So, Voodoo, where can they find you on social media?
Oh, man. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't do that TikTok stuff and them other ones. It's too much.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah, you can do it, brother. You can do it.
You can find him at all of the places he said at Voodoo Maximus. All right.
Yeah. Hey. By the way, like, share, and subscribe. Share with your cousin. Have your cousin share with his homeboy. Have his homeboy share and keep on sharing. It's a network, just like the brain, like the human brain. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm literally dying to bring this shit to you, but I'm also living to bring this shit to you.
That's right. That's right. And my man at According to Woods on all platforms. Let's make it happen. Hit that like button.
Hell yes. Now go watch you some fucking AEW and some Don McGuire podcasts and whatever the fuck you do. So I love y'all. I love you, Voodoo. And we are out.